Hi, this is Jenny Langley, author of the new Maudsley Training Manual, and in this video we'll look at exercise 1.5, which is about the Readiness Ruler, and in this instance we're asking carers to complete the Readiness Ruler in terms of how interested they are in learning the new skills and making changes, and how confident that they are in doing that, because change only comes about when people feel that they are going to be able to make some of those changes. So it's a really motivational tool, and we use it throughout the workshops in many different variations. Okay, so typically carers will say that they give themselves an 8 to 10 for level of interest. They're very interested in learning the new skills, but they might give themselves a much lower score, 2 to 4 in terms of confidence. And very often when carers come to the workshops, they're frozen with fear, nothing's worked, they're really worried that their loved one will never get better. And that could be, that's terrifying for them. So then the second part of the exercise is we look at what could help increase their confidence. So it might just be learning new skills and trying them and things going well. And then what might reduce their confidence? It might be trying new things and things not going so well. Okay, let's have a look at a few examples. So here we have Jane, mother of Ellie, age 16. She's given herself 10 for interest and 5 for confidence. She says, yeah, if I can learn new skills, try them out, and we see a positive response, that will really increase my confidence. What might reduce my confidence is if Ellie gets worse, or if I do things wrong, or I make mistakes, and also understanding more about the illness. So, for example, learning that it's not just about the weight gain. So Ellie might gain all the weight, and then realise that actually there's still a long way to go in recovery after that in terms of learning new coping strategies and trying to avoid relapse. Okay, so now we have Peter, who's father of Ellie, and he's given himself 8 for both, so slightly different response. He feels he's quite a confident and resilient person. He's only given himself an 8 for interest because he has to provide for the rest of the family, and dads often feel like that. It's like we can't just be looking after our family the whole time, we need to go out and earn a living. And then in terms of his confidence, he said, well, I'm used to things not going quite according to plan, and I can tolerate that. That's okay. We can learn from our mistakes. He said, but sometimes I feel I need to counterbalance some of my wife's natural pessimism and fear that emerges when she's really exhausted. And again, dads often feel like that they're more the carer of the carer, rather than being really involved in helping the loved one in their recovery. So here we have Susie, who's mother of Tom, who's just 12, and so she says 10 for interest, 3 for confidence. She's really hopeful that the course will provide her with knowledge and skills that can help to improve things with her son, and she's really pleased that her husband Alex is here. And of course it's really beneficial if more than one carer can come together, but of course it's not always possible, and quite often one carer will come to one series of workshops and then another carer will come to a later series, and that can be really helpful too. He says what might reduce his confidence, her confidence, is that because her son's in hospital at the moment, she's really fearful about what will happen next. It's so horrible when you just don't know, and your son's been taken out of your home environment, and sometimes she says, I get so exhausted I can't think straight and I'm frozen with fear. And this is really common for carers, especially when medical risk is very high. So here we have Alex. He's given himself 5 for both, so interest and confidence. He says, I don't see why I have to change. I'm not the one that's ill. And again, this can be a common response when carers first come to the workshops. And the great thing is that he is coming to the workshops, he's supporting his wife. And what will happen is that he'll probably pick up some of the skills, and even without thinking, just subconsciously, he'll start to use some of those skills. So he'll be making changes without actively thinking, I need to make changes, because after all, he's not the one that's ill. Okay, then we have Jade, who's sister of Sam, age 21. So siblings can be really important allies through the recovery process, and often they can say things that parents can't. So even the younger siblings, much younger siblings, can be really helpful. She's given herself 10 for interest and 2 to 4 for confidence. And she says, the thing is, I'm really worried about my brother and I want to be able to really help him, but he doesn't talk to me, and so being able to talk to him about his illness would be really powerful. What she finds problematic and what can reduce her confidence is, she says, that her brother shuts down on her, and she finds that really frustrating and scary at the same time. And he's also wrapped up with other destructive behaviours. So he's got his restrictive eating disorder, but he's also got problems with alcohol and cocaine, and that makes her very worried and can decrease her confidence. And then finally we have Lewis, husband of Claire, 35. It can be really hard for partners who feel that they're lone carers. They never thought that they would be having to care for their partner in this way, and they really, desperately want to get that adult to adult relationship back, and they're finding that at the moment it's more like an adult to child relationship, trying to care for their partner with an eating disorder. So he's given himself 10 for interest and 2 to 4 for confidence. And he says, I've been trying to help Claire for nearly 10 years, and this is the first time anyone's given me the opportunity to attend a course like this, and I'm really hopeful that it will help. What might reduce his confidence? He's worried she might get worse, although he says it can't be much worse than it is now. He says, we have no real relationship and I'm worried we will never be able to have kids, which is something that we both aspire to. I have some lovely stories actually about couples like this where the husband or the wife has come along to the workshops, and they've felt that that would never be a possibility, and then a few years later I get a lovely baby photo of the family coming out the other side. So thank you for watching this video. We've seen a range of different responses. Often at this stage there are tears from carers, expressions of anger that this is happening, especially if they can't get the right help from their loved one. But as they learn the new skills through the workshops, then their confidence gradually will increase. So thank you for watching. I hope you can make good use of all of these videos and the training manual and the worksheets. And of course, remember you can download all of the worksheets from www.thenewmaudsleyaapproach.co.uk. Thank you.